history. All of that said, the international side, in our view, will be driven by what happens to international growth and also international trade. The growth in China is very important. Commodity prices, the recovery that we have seen, and also whether the structural price restrictions, especially on energies, how does that play in the context of commodity cycles? All of these will affect international trade, will affect international maritime movements, and international maritime movements, as we have argued, will have an impact on Nigeria. But beyond domestic policy and international events, it's important not to ignore some of the other challenges that we think attention needs to be paid to. The issues around security cannot be understated. Neither can the issues around regulation. Indeed, I think one of the key challenges that NIMASA faces in the years ahead is to be able to articulate a philosophy for its regulatory activities, such that we are very clear how it is likely to react as different circumstances occur. The issues around the supply of labor, especially Nigerian seafarers and and improving their numbers, their capacity, and their placements aboard vessels, both owned by Nigerians and owned outside Nigeria, I think are issues that are quite important. The efficiency of our ports and shipping companies are also very important. And of course, a sore point that many have raised concerns the funding or financing of the sector. All of these are challenges that need to be addressed if the opportunities in the maritime sector are going to be taken cognizance of. As I said earlier, what we have done is to put together a forecast based on 3 scenarios. The baseline is driven by the ERGP, a slightly pessimistic set of forecasts, which essentially says, what if these activities that we project are worsened by about 5%? And then a slightly optimistic forecast or scenario which says, what if these activities improve by 5%? Now, we have chosen 5% simply because when we've looked at the growth numbers in recent years, it seems a reasonable position to take. In undertaking any of this, we're very clear, as I have said earlier, that the methodology is driven by macroeconomic things, maritime industry characteristics, international things, leading us to be able to provide forecast numbers for 4 particular areas. As I said, the size of the fleet, the size of oil rigs, breaking the fleet into oil and non-oil tonnage are issues that these forecasts speak to. These essentially provide you with our thinking for 2018 and 2019. In essence, what we are saying, when you compare this to where we think the year ended in 2017, there is going to be an increase in the demand for use of maritime facilities in Nigeria. And that 2.5% and 5.5% in size. And the key question then becomes, are we able to accommodate these kinds of growth numbers? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what I have spoken to is a context that has the Nigerian economy coming out of recession and continuing to grow beyond the elections. If this baseline, as I said, articulated in the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, is realized, then what it means, and by the way, some of Nigeria's economic indices have already done better than projected in the ERGP. And therefore, our sense is that on the basis of what we have seen and what we think is possible, the maritime industry should expect to see increased activity. Thank you very much indeed.
the Nigerian maritime sector. Thank you very much, Doctor. There will be increase in demand of maritime services in Nigeria, ranging from 2.5 to 5.5%. The opportunities are there for us to have. Also, thank you very much, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time this is happening in Nigeria, and it's made possible by the management of NIMASA. This one will be uploaded within the hour on the website of NIMASA. So for you watching out there, if you click on NIMASA's website, you will have these statistics uploaded within the hour. The management of NIMASA have been achieving a lot. In the next 5 minutes, we'll take your time to watch this documentary talking to the achievements of the management of NIMASA. Please enjoy the view.
Nigeria, with a population of over 160 million people, has a coastline which covers about 850.
We can't see it.
An exclusive economic zone.
Some technical hitches. Can someone help the IT unit, please? There has been a lot of firsts for NIMASA. Before now, you had issues concerning shipping. The NSDP had problems when it had to securing sea time. But this management has made it possible, and we have a lot of our NSDP cadets going out there on sea time. There are so many firsts that the NIMASA management has achieved. Are we ready now? It's a live show. Okay. In the meantime, we can take a goodwill message while waiting for this presentation. At this juncture, I'd like to invite for a goodwill message a partner of Paul Usoro, Mrs. Mfom Usoro, Abuja MOU. Please step forward for a goodwill message. Yes, please.
Good morning, everyone. Our very active DG and the executive management of NIMASA, we have witnessed a couple of activities initiated by NIMASA late last year and early this year. I have to commend NIMASA for that vision for interacting with the industry, and not just anybody in the industry, the key players in the industry. This, I'm sure, has enhanced better understanding of NIMASA's management on what we do in the maritime industry. So that, for that, I really commend you. We have also seen the increased activity of NIMASA in the maritime space in the sub-region, especially their leadership of the Association of Maritime Administrations. The DG, though relatively new in the maritime industry, has brought in innovations that his older colleagues in the sub-region never thought of in leading armor. And we are very much impressed at that. One of the key things they have done, which underscores the need of maritime administrations, that you're not just a regulator for regulation's sake. You're there to improve the economies of your countries. Is the initiative on near coastal recognition of certificates. Nobody ever thought of that. It has been there in existence in STCW, but no maritime administration in the region thought that we could exploit that